We had somebody... I convinced a monk to eat a bunch of seeds that was given to him by a satyr. And let's just say he gave birth to Trents.
Instead of planting a Trent.
Yeah. Yeah. It was messy.
Did he die?
No. He was fucked up for a while.
I mean, they kind of burst out of his stomach, and we were able to keep him alive.
We got him to throw up a couple first.
I bet he fucking wish he died.
Yeah. As it turns out, he stopped trusting my character after that.
Oh man, I wonder why.
How was I supposed to know? I was a rogue.
Fenris, you were on a nature hunt.
Yeah, I was.
So, I need you to roll for survival.
Please don't be a 1. It's not a 1.
Always good.
It's a 10.
You somehow
Don't confer
do
to
not
the other
notice this
answer.
at first.
Oh, yeah.
But you see that a fog begins to pick up in the forest. And suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, you see the shadow of a huge creature walking through the woods. At the moment, it's not making any sounds. Although, by its size and its walking pace, it definitely should be.
Uh-oh.
Can I tell by the shadow, like,
Seems to be
semi what it is?
some sort of large humanoid creature.
So it's
Humanoid.
bipedal?
It's got 2 legs, 2 arms, a head.
I want to try to sneak to where I
Oh.
can get a better view of it.
Can I
Dark
see what
eye.
it is just to see if I can confirm what I think it is? Not what I thought it was, but very similar.
Now, go ahead and make your stealth check as you approach it.
17.
Yeah. You believe you are a stealthy boy.
Stealthy boy.
And as you're getting closer to this, you
Alright.
alright there, Ben?
I wasn't getting by coughing fits.
The worst thing about coughing fits is when you get them when you're eating, too. That's how you end up with crap up your nose.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm alright for a moment.
And as you are getting closer to this thing, you notice that you can't really see it per se. It looks like this giant shadow walking, and it's slowly but surely becoming visible. It's starting to gain color as it's
Weird.
walking through the forest, and suddenly you start hearing sounds of its feet beginning to crunch, as it definitely was not happening before, but it started to like materialize, if you will.
Is it going in the direction of the tower, or where is it?
It seems to be just wandering aimlessly, but it seems to be going away from the tower.
I'm gonna follow that shit. I'm interested.
You begin hearing copyrighted music from a Japanese game.
No!
Not the kaiju.
No, not that one.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, it's that one.
Nailed it. Love that game.
And now it's starting to come into the flesh. You can see its the skin of its color. It's
Color of its skin.
Color of its skin. Don't
I got
look
you.
up at me. Now its back is currently towards you, so you can't really see what its face looks like. But it's definitely wearing like leathery boots and has bits of loincloth, and it seems to be holding a giant club in its hand. Its club is currently like dragging along the ground. It kind of just lumbering through the forest, and it suddenly like runs into a tree as it makes contact with it. Before this, it seemed to have just kind of been passing through everything, but now it's made physical contact with something in front of it. It sort of staggers for a bit, and then just pushes the tree out of its way.
This doesn't sound good. I want to keep observing it though. I want to keep tabs on it.
Some more time passes, and it seems to be fully and completely in the world with you now. And it just continues on its way, so unless you plan on viewing this thing from a different angle, you aren't learning much more else about it.
So I don't recognize it as of yet?
You can
can't
just see
see the
this
front of it.
giant humanoid creature. Its back is turned to you. It's wandering around the forest.
What color is its skin?
It's got a...
It's teal.
It's got
It's your
horns
father.
protruding out of it in the shape of Loki's. Oh no, there goes Jill's phone. No, not the garbage disposal. It's got a light skin tone like you and me.
What are you trying to say, Jacob?
I'm saying that flesh colored isn't a good description, Jill.
Yeah. He's saying that it's white as fuck.
Saying it's privileged.
Fucking.
This is how you get strikes, man. This is hateful content.
I have to be monetized before I get strikes.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Like and subscribe.
For the quality
Shameless
content.
plug.
Click that shit down below.
Leave a comment.
Follow me on my Twitch channel over here.
You need to actually put like the link there though. Remember to do that.
Like and subscribe. Remember to follow me on my Twitter.
Ring that bell.
Twitter.
No, smash that like button. Is it smash the bell? I don't know, they always change it up.
There's a lot of different.
I don't know, man.
Push that like button, smash that bell.
I'm gonna try to get a different angle. I'm gonna try to scoot
Leave a
around.
comment below. Sorry.
Hey, whoa! I'm trying to do shit here.
Make another stealth check as you try to look
Is this what
at
the
it.
crap is?
Yeah.
This campaign is about getting shit done. I don't know about any of you.
That was not a very good stealth check. I'm gonna go throw that out right
Well, what is your total?
now. 10.
See if it perceives you. Despite its poor depth
Why is my phone
perception,
in the
it seems to
fridge?
turn its direction towards you as you notice its face is bearing one eye. Center of its face. And it beams down towards you.
Have I heard of this creature before?
I'm not big on ginger ale.
Knowledge history to hear you heard tales.
5.
Get rid of it.
Nope, you,
Coming?
Yeah.
you've heard of giant humanoids. Yeah, but, you've never seen one before, and they were presumed extinct.
I'm gonna freeze in my fucking tracks.
And it beams down towards you.
Roll Constitution to not soil pants.
I'm wearing my brown pants today.
And it kind of points at you with its claw and says, "Food."
That's not good.
Initiative check.
See what happens when you go off on your own.
16.
Your training has led you to be fast on your feet, and you are able to go first.
And this is how our ranger died.
Oh god, I just read its challenge rating.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, I was really, surprised.
What's his challenge rating?
You didn't,
6.
you didn't look at this beforehand?
I rolled really high on the random chart for level 1 through 4 encounters.
And you got something above that.
That's something that's a little out of your power range at the moment.
a little.
Obviously just...
Here's
gotta
a
roll.
reminder. The Ghast was a challenge rating 2, and I weakened it. And it took 4 of you to fight off that entire...
We know.
So,
I don't think it's you that knows.
I'm gonna run away.
Like, the
Yeah.
strongest thing on this list.
is a storm giant.
Well, that's what at first I thought it was a cloud giant, the way he was describing it.
I was like, that wouldn't attack a one side.
Yeah.
Like, 1 tier, whatever, like 100% on this list.
What kind of Wanti is it? One of the abominations?
Abomination.
Yep. Yeah, that would do it. That'd fuck your shit
But,
up pretty good.
So, I'm gonna run away. And as an action, I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy
Sorry about that.
to make a noise like 30 feet to my right.
Okay. Now you were using one action to make the noise. What were you doing with your other action?
Just fucking running away.
Double timing that
I'm
shit.
moving as far as I can, which is
as quickly and as quietly as
I know
possible.
some races have like a bonus to a disengage or
Yeah.
a dash.
I mean, I wasn't close enough to actually like be.
No, you're not within hitting range.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Well,
Did I-
within your hitting range, you're within its hitting range.
Well, I mean, I have a bow. I can hit from really far.
one of those
So
things
I
that,
run
like,
30
60
feet,
movement.
and to my right, another 30 feet. I cast Thaumaturgy
Alright.
to make it sound like someone else is running.
You are technically a spellcaster, and it would fall under your, I guess, your wisdom. Or does it say specifically for your infernal legacy if it goes under a different category for your save DC? Because it could.
Yeah.
Technically, it would be a wisdom save.
We'll go off wisdom because it could save your life. So we'll see if its wisdom is good enough to pass. Oh, wow. Okay.
Roll 20, right?
Opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank God.
It is easily fooled by your trickery as it turns its head in the direction of the noise you create and starts stomping off in that direction.
All right.
Back towards the tower.
No!
As soon as I hear it like going the other way, I'm gonna like just stop moving myself.
Okay.
Although I think
Or actually, I'm gonna start moving at a slower pace so that I can sneak back towards the tower.
Alright, go
I
ahead.
bet that
and
many
make
needle
your
blights and
first
twig
sneak
blights could
check
probably take
then.
on a giant. If they could get him in a range, I bet they could probably get him down at least very low before they
15.
got to him.
Okay. And currently scouting that. So it's
So is that a hill giant or the fat one?
the Cyclops.
Cyclops, okay. I wasn't sure if that one I think was a typical feature or if it was just.
You feel as if you're sneaking away well. When you take the occasional glances, it seems to still be wandering in the direction of the noise. It's around the area of the noise now,
Like, what'd you do to me?
attempting to find what's there.
Hold on just 1 second. What's the distance on this? I'm just gonna. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to continue sneaking. So.
Now, do you want to cancel your effect to see if it wanders off somewhere else? It's kind of looking for the source of sound at the moment.
No, I'm gonna continue having it go for a minute there.
Yep, it's still following the sounds and it's getting deeper and deeper into the woods.
Good.
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna continue trying to like sneak back towards the tower.
Alright. Make another stealth in case somehow you draw its attention again.
It wasn't a 1.
It's your total versus his. What is it?
7.
His was a 4.
Oh, thank God.
My God.
They have negative on perception.
Because they only got one eye.
You feel you
And they're kind of dumb, but you know.
you feel you may have gotten away.
Yeah, no, I ain't testing fate. I'm just going back to the tower. Like, we can eat fucking fruit tonight. I'm good with that. I dodged the biggest bullet.
The funny thing is, you didn't tell anybody, did you?
I'm gonna when I get back to the fucking tower.
I know, but you didn't tell us you went out in the first place.
No, I didn't.
We wouldn't have known.
I expected to find rabbits or some shit that I could fucking handle, not a goddamn Cyclops. I wasn't like, hey, just in case if I don't fucking come back because I'm dead.
Well, now you
I
know.
was an idiot.
Now you know.
Yeah, it fucking materialized.
Got my butt.
Now, I'm assuming that I can, like, determine that it materialized and that this wasn't, like, here the entire time.
Yes, that was make an Arcana check.
Fuck.
Fuck.
6.
Oh, yours is really bad.
It
And I'm not
definitely came out of
specialized in
nowhere. It was.
Arcana. I'm a fucking
You
ranger.
definitely know it was an unusual sighting. You're not sure exactly what happened.
Alright, cool.
So Fenris heads back towards the tower.
Yeah, I'm going home.
He's had enough hunting for today.
Oh, I rolled a 20. I
I
wasted
had
it.
enough weird shit for today.
My
So, it's starting to get into night now,
I go to bed.
and Skull is sleeping out in the yard as usual. Anyone else want?
Wait, is you're already asleep?
Skull's gone to bed.
Are you asleep?
Am I?
It's getting night. You could go to sleep now if you wanted.
I'll spend one more hour trying to decipher my baseball. Doorknob.
It's a baseball.
The baseball.
Am I back at the tower?
Yeah, you'll be back at the tower.
guys, you never guess what happened to me.
But go ahead and roll your arcane to attempt again at the doorknob.
21.
Nice.
That beats it.
It's a baseball.
It was a baseball all along.
Oh my god.
Now you just need a bat.
That writing just said Rawlings.
You feel that this doorknob may
So full,
be
man.
enchanted with an alteration on a knock spell to work in specific situations.
Tastes better with the soju in it. Tastes better.
No, it's hard to taste worse.
No, not at this time, but you did pretty much get like the big thing about it.
When I get back, I want to search the tower and find whoever I can. Apparently not Skull since he's sleeping.
You can make me up, but I'm just telling you, I went to bed. I had nothing to stay up for.
I mean,
I couldn't find any parts. I was very disheartened.
it's fine. I'm gonna find
You're in the right place to find him. You just
I
did
know.
horribly.
I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow and I'll check it again.
The only one that seems to be awake at this hour are the needle blights, the twig blights, and Retoris.
I'm gonna find Retoris and be like, so, I tried to go hunting to get us some meat to eat.
I would go back.
Nothing.
A whole lot of fear and some soiled pants.
I got freaked out. There's...
I roll see if I can smell the smell of shame on him.
The smell of shame.
You don't even need to smell it; you can see it.
Okay.
Visibly looks shamed.
I was sneaking around the forest, and I saw this big kind of shadow. So I decided to follow it, and as I followed it, it started. It was like
Phasing.
yeah, it was weird. It was it was passing through the trees and stuff, and the longer I followed it, the more it started to have color and become clearer, and then all of a sudden it ran into a tree and it like knocked it out of the way. So I tried to get a better view on it, and it basically looked like a large human, but it only had one eye. But about that time it noticed me and called me food. So
Which is not okay.
I tricked it and I came back. I did not want to be in the woods with that thing.
Do you think it followed you?
I don't believe so. It seemed to be kind of confused. I made a distraction and it seemed to have followed my distraction.
I see.
So I think we're okay for now, but just in case, like, I don't think any of us should go into the woods alone anymore, because I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Skull wakes up and goes on a midnight walk.
Are you going to go through a midnight stroll through the woods, School?
Yeah.
Cause my master man was an old elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
He probably trained me for a few years and probably discussed things that he'd heard of from his childhood. Because he said it's been about 1,000 years since any magic creature's really been spotted, right?
Yes, you know that, like, it was said 1,000 years ago, like, the biggest, most powerful things
Was it you?
vanished.
So would
And he may have told you,
You asked.
some of the
stories
tales,
about
so
some
go
of the
ahead and
things.
roll a knowledge history to recall.
Why'd you put it in the fridge?
that's a natural 20.
You know exactly what this creature is, as he very specifically once told you
You know
about
what I think about?
Cyclops as being
When?
enormous beings with one eye, very strong but very stupid and non-perceptive as they lack depth perception.
I don't give a fuck.
They don't have very good to hit on, man.
They're not very good at hitting things that are far away, but up close is another story.
They fucking go shit up.
I relate this to Fenris. Yeah, that's Cyclops.
Sounds like a slight
What the fuck is that?
It's essentially a giant humanoid that they only ever were born with one eye.
I tried to draw
They're
a
extremely
penis,
strong.
but my pen keeps breaking the
Not very smart. They're not very perceptive. They can't really hit anything at a distance, but if you're up close, they're very dangerous.
Well, thank God for that. I think we should leave it alone.
So you said that you saw it out in the woods and it like almost materialized, right?
I mean, I guess it. At first, I just saw a shadow. It wasn't really making any noise, and then, like I said, it started to kind of gain color, and then it eventually started. I was able to hear its footsteps, and then it ran into a tree. But before that, it was kind of shadowy.
So anyway,
It was shadowy, and it wasn't really making any noise. But then it I guess became more solid. I don't know. That's about the only way I can describe it, because I started hearing its footsteps, and then, like I said, it ran into a tree where before it was kind of
passing through.
yeah, phasing.
Phasing.
would I have any idea about realm transitions, things like that?
The two of you can make an Arcana check.
Me and record?
Yep, both of you, as you're discussing the story and figuring it out.
19.
8.
You left that one detail.
Did I?
Could have helped.
Where's my fucking deed?
You remember what it was? The very beginning.
Do you remember what it was?
It's not my conversation, man.
Yeah, I know, but I don't fucking remember what it was. I mean, wasn't making any sound. It was shadowy, lumbering. Yeah, I have no fucking clue what I didn't say.
Make an intelligence,
Okay.
because this will give his score a succeed if you can remember this one detail.
Oh, that's not bad.
Just straight intelligence?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. 17.
Before you saw the shadow, a fog began to blow through the forest.
So, I will also say
I'll also add.
that before all of this happened, there was kind of this strange fog that swept through the area that seemed really out of place.
Artoris, at that, it just clicks in your head. That's the 4 of you had all been in a similar situation where fog suddenly appeared and you weren't where you were before.
So this is just like whenever we went to that shadowy place before we ended up out in the daylight again.
I mean,
Some fucker
I
just
guess it
spat
was
out a
kind of
fucking
similar.
Cyclops at us. Fuckity fuck. Fuck.
Perhaps it could be pocket dimensions. Or maybe we're in the pocket dimension.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know, I just thought I would warn you guys. Where's Skull at?
He's, I believe, sleeping outside.
Oh. I guess we'll just warn him tomorrow not to go into the woods alone. I don't want to disturb him while he's sleeping. He might accidentally
Skull
crush
wakes
me.
up and takes a mid-morning stroll.
Before that, I'm going to go to sleep. But before I go to sleep, I'm going to take out my rope.
My tum-tum.
I'm going to tie one end to my ankle and one end to the bed.
That's a good idea that you just said out loud.
Yes, clearly, I said that out loud.
I'm doing this in my room. I didn't say anything to anybody.
Okay.
But I have thought of that idea. Evidently not.
I mean, I ended up by the fucking woods, and especially with the encounter that I just had, like, there's no way I'm taking that chance again that I'm gonna end up by the fucking woods.
Alright, so, you all go to sleep. How do you think your characters would dream tonight?
Well, I rolled 11 for Constitution. Would it be Will? Constitution or will? What would be a dream? Oh. Here, it's already opened. Shame. I'm gonna go with, like, what would they dream about?
Yeah, what do you think given today's experience, how do you think you would dream?
His door. Magically transforming into a beautiful fucking construction. And they frolic through the meadow.
What sort of construction? How are you frolicking with your door?
Yeah, that'd be pretty thin if it was able to transform back into a door.
It's just pocket dimension. Stop!
Yeah, how pocket dimensions work.
It's not even how penises look, dude.
From the side it is.
Your penis looks weird.
I never said I was good at drawing.
Much is obvious. I just wish you wouldn't have done it in pen on my fucking character sheet, but...
It's not the character sheet, that's just your
my,
notes.
It's my equipment sheet.
It's like the character. Jericho's like, I'll get it. I won't.
I'm upset.
Let's go
Did you get it for me?
somewhat outrageous, but not too outrageous. I'm gonna go straight up outrageous because it's a dream, you know? Let's go with the Thunderjaw. Beautiful.
What?
Thunderjaw.
It's from Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's a giant metal T-Rex.
Oh.
With lasers and cannons. So beautiful!
What about you, Retoris?
Fuck. I forgot to tell you guys about some shit.
I probably think about a talking cat and opening doors. Opening very important doors.
Very important door.
And maybe Cyclopses.
Maybe.
You open a talking cat tells you about a very important door, which you open up and see a Cyclops beating its eye at you.
Shit.
You just open the door, it's just AI.
Its eye takes up the door frame.
It's a terrible dream.
And poke it.
It roars. Ah!
I close the door. Walk away.
This is a terrible dream.
How do you, Fenris?
Probably being chased by a Cyclops.
Honestly, I'd probably dream about plants, considering that's what I mess with all day.
Comes up.
Sentient fucking weird ass plants. That then form a Cyclops. Ah, shit!
Alright, you all wake up, new day, you are in the places you were before. Fenris is lying on the floor, but not at the end of the rope. He's just on the floor.
My plan has worked! I untie myself.
And you find that the knot was tied by somebody else. You don't know how to untie it. It's a devil's tongue knot. One of the most difficult to untie. That's a real knot, by the way.
We know, Ben. Right. You've already talked to us about your knot tying.
Have I?
Yes.
So, you guys want to go through another day of shenanigans, or do you want to speed up the next few days?
I'm gonna try to go over the area again, through the tower and the shed again, see if I can find any materials to work with. But other than that, I'd probably ask if anybody wants. Well, I'd probably just go to town without telling anybody. Now that I think about it,
I was actually gonna ask if I was gonna say that I was gonna talk to people and see if they wanted to go to Marvin's Mystics to talk to him in town.
Now, I will say, Skull and Retoris, you are expecting an appointment the next day.
Well, that's right.
So if you wanted to plan around that and just get all your business done in one day.
Yeah. Then I would just look around for materials.
Taurus, Fenris, what about you two?
If we're gonna go to town the next day, I assume you guys told me about this.
You could have a little powwow.
Powwow.
Do y'all want to inform me of this?
You leave Fenris out of the loop.
Well,
he apparently forgot to tell us something, so...
I told him. Oh, I should probably tell Skull, hey Skull, you were sleeping when I got back last night, but I went into the woods, and a Cyclops, big humanoid...
Roll your knowledge history.
I was about to explain it.
Well, I don't know if I would immediately know what it was. Where's history, you said? Mm-hmm. 4 plus 2 is 6. 16.
Yeah, you never heard of Cyclops.
Book.
It's a big humanoid thing with one eye. Apparently eats people, or at least tieflings, so it scared the shit out of me. It was wandering around the woods. It just kind of appeared, seemed kind of similar to when we were.
Whenever it says that it eats tieflings, it kind of just does one of these numbers.
Like pinches his flesh or
You know.
Checking the fat content.
I back away slowly. Anyway, it reminded me of when we ended up at that other tower in the fog and shit. So, I wouldn't recommend going into the woods alone. Also, I was thinking about going to Marvin's Mystics over in town today. Seeing if they had any knowledge on anything that might help us with our current conundrums here. You want to go with me?
sure.
Taurus.
Oh, I thought you were talking to her.
I was
Kind of collectively talking.
Oh. I'll say, well, we have to pick up something in town anyway. For school. So, we can all take care of that business tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay. So, Skull has wanted interest in achieving, finding more materials. Was there anything either of you wanted to do as a goal for the day?
I attempt to apologize to Klein again.
Okay. And what about you, Fenriz?
Is there still some straw down in the, basement storage area?
I mean, when you opened it, there wasn't stairs.
What?
Yeah, when you opened it, it was just into a room. That was a shack. Two of you haven't really shared your experience with the door.
Nope.
What?
I don't even think I've been in
Son of a bitch!
We haven't.
Alright, well, I'm gonna...
And so far, Rotorus is left out of the route with about this door, so...
The store.
I checked it again. Did I find
Yes,
anything else?
as that was Skull's plan for the day, you can go back. If you want, you can make another attempt to read it.
Read it. Oh, the Arcana
Yeah,
stuff.
read the text above.
20 dirty.
Oh, you
Dirty
completely
hands.
understand what it
Cool.
says this time.
Oh, I get it now.
The words inscribed above say seller of convenience.
God damn.
Could I grasp what that would mean magically?
If you had, yes, you rolled pretty well. So yeah, it's you would think that if you tried opening the door with a certain thought in your head, perhaps a certain room, it might provide.
A tinker's shop. Or storage area.
As those thoughts cross your mind and you reach for the door, when you open it, it leads into a small room, and you can see some crude tools and little parts of metal. Nothing too fancy, but there's scrap metal, there's some already formed in small pieces, but not top tier.
I'm learning.
Now from your perception of this, you figure the tools already in the lab are better than ones here,
Yeah.
but they're here nonetheless.
I'm looking for mainly the scraps and little bits and bobs. So I'm gonna load that shit up, literally as much as I can carry on the first go. And my bag's full, my arms are full. There's a little satchel in there I can grab. I fill that too.
You left your door.
I use my door like a sled. Sled that shit out.
You've got all sorts of metal parts
Hell yeah.
on top of your door as you pull it out, and
We're gonna get these up 2 flights of stairs somehow.
Because they try to get on the back with a whipping and get mush.
I'll kill you.
I was also gonna go to that door. Do I see him dragging this shit out?
you see a skull round in the corner of the tower, dragging a bunch of small metal pieces on his door. Not sure where he found it.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell, like, where'd you get that stuff?
I point to the door.
I look at him like, really? I went in there yesterday and I didn't see anything like that stuff.
Yeah, I see what's happening.
Skull just kind of does one of these numbers and taps his forehead, nods his head, and continues walking.
Okay. Then I go through the door.
Do you see it and do you want to make another attempt to read it?
It's not gonna go well.
Arcana check.
Doesn't mean you can't try. It went pretty good.
Oh shit. I also would have gotten a dirty 20.
You can read. It's clear as day now. It's on the same day. Cellar of Convenience is written above the door.
This is a day of enlightenment, is what it is. Look at this, probably going to even be able to make spot checks today. It's going to be amazing.
So I guess would I be able to infer
You
what that
basically
actually
roll the
means?
same as Skull, so yes.
Yeah, but I have
Okay.
more magic knowledge than he does.
He does. There's a lot more magic knowledge than me.
I mean, convenience. What's convenient to you?
Well, I was planning on
It'd be
looking.
convenient to know what the fuck this is.
I was planning on looking for.
You walk in, there's a note. It means just think about what you want, idiot.
I was gonna look for supplies to make like training dummies or something like that to like practice my skills.
As those thoughts cross your mind and you open the door, you see inside. In one corner there's a bunch of straw, in another there seem to be wooden mannequins, and there's wooden pieces and sacks and stuff where you could build targets for target practice. This is
Isn't
definitely
how you remembered
a
it.
different room than what
No.
you saw the day before.
The fuck?
I'm gonna drag some of this shit outside.
So convenient.
I'm gonna grab like a dummy and a bale of straw and like try to drag it up.
Alright. Well, I mean, you don't really
Yeah,
drag it up, there are no stairs.
True.
The stairs only showed up the one time Skull thought it was a cellar.
I'm gonna drag it outside then. I'll set it up in like the front of the tower. I'm just gonna like stick the mannequin in and then like.
I mean, there is the path next, like near the tower. I mean, do you want to just set it to the side?
Yeah, not like directly in front, but just like in view of the front door, kind of
Just trying
off
to
to
make
the
sure you're
side
not
of the
accidentally
path.
shooting any passerbys.
I'm gonna try
Or
not
any
to.
small blights.
Any what?
Any small blights.
I'm gonna set it up in the front yard.
They're always around.
After I set this up, however,
You can set up like a little archery range, maybe something for more melee combat if that's what you're wanting.
I was gonna do an archery. After I set that up, I'm gonna try to find Retoris. Like, dude, you're never gonna believe this shit.
Dude, what?
Dude, so convenient. Dude.
So, there's this door kind of in the back of the tower that I thought was just like storage area for like gardening stuff, and that's what it was when I went in yesterday. But I saw Skull walking away from the area with a bunch of like scrap metal and tinkering stuff, and I tried to kind of read. There's a sign up above it, a little harder today, and it's called. It was a door of convenience or
It
room
said
of.
cellar of convenience.
It was called a cellar of convenience, and it seems like whatever you kind of have in mind, whatever you're looking for, you can find in there. I found some like practice dummies and stuff, so I set up a little practice area outside so that I could, keep my skills sharp.
I see.
But you should check that shit out.
I'll have to go check that shit out.
Retoris goes checks that shit out.
Retoris goes up to it. I think this is a treasury.
I think this has mountains of gold.
Oh, look, it does. How convenient.
I think this has a Cyclops in it.
No!
Is that really a convenience?
No.
It
But
might be.
if
It makes us know where that Cyclops now is.
if
Or
it
is this
just
a different one?
if it just materializes what you're thinking of, like it could also be bad shit.
There was a detail that I also mentioned that the stuff you found wasn't of the best quality.
It's a real small Cyclops.
Oh, no. Oh, it reminds me whenever I I was buying slaves in that one campaign, and there was the option to buy the little the child Cyclops.
And it still towered over everybody.
It was 6 foot. It was a baby Cyclops. I was like, I could have bought it, and I was like, oh, it's so tempting. I don't have the gold to pay for that right
Instead,
now.
you bought like a drow.
I bought a drow instead.
Because it was affordable.
Fucking monsters. Anyway,
I bought a babysitter for my
after I told Arturus
children.
this, I'm gonna spend like the rest of my time fucking practicing on these.
Taurus, you've been informed about this
Dummies.
door.
I look at the door and think,
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
I think, Smithy. And open the door. Smithy. Blacksmith shop.
Smith's. When you open the door, you can see
Oh god, I'm so full.
there's a crude anvil and some tools, a bunch of scrap metal. Again, it's not of the best quality, but it is something you could work with.
Alright,
There even seems to be like a little oven in there that you could heat the metal with.
I go back up the stairs. Close the door. I think mortuary.
You sick bastard! You're gonna start experimenting on people, aren't you?
That isn't what a mortuary is for.
That's what they
could
can be
be.
used for.
If you want to dabble in, necromancy that we need.
Now this time,
He's not wrong.
when you open the door, it just reveals a small little closet space that is empty. Please make an Arcana check.
Everybody gets one.
That's 7.
You're not entirely sure, but
Everybody clap your hands.
either it's incapable of your request, or it's charges.
You wasted it!
I think, yeah.
Maybe it only use 3 charges in the day.
Maybe only one person gets a charge for that day. We don't know. He knows. But we don't.
Yeah,
He doesn't really know, he just has a...
He has an idea.
the DM knows.
We don't know that it's not working right now, though.
True, I'm fucking...
We're gonna come back in there
I
for more
think
supplies,
loom.
expecting it to work. We're like, what the fuck?
I think loom.
What did you do?
Loom?
Loom. Loom.
I don't know.
For
what
making...
It's for cloth work, essentially. Like
Weaving.
weaver's kit, essentially.
You
I know, I've
open it
actually-
again, and once again, there's the small empty closet.
I would step into the empty closet space.
Okay.
I take out my doorknob.
Do you close the door while you're in there?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Doors are closed. You're
Think
in
of
this
something else
closet
and then
holding a
walk out.
doorknob.
Is the doorknob still there whenever I turn around?
There is a doorknob.
Alright, I'll try touching the doorknob to the opposite wall of the door.
You do not feel the pull you once felt before.
I try it on the door itself.
So these guys.
You-
Same result.
they
You
gave
take
me a
out the
free
knob on
keychain
this
because
door,
my
you
last
put in
name
your
was Weaver.
knob.
I was walking
now
by their
in
stand
the
in
door.
Nebraska during the
I try
Nebraska
opening the
State
door.
Fair.
It leads to the
And I saw their
outside.
stand. I was like, hey, can I get anything for free?
I put the
My last
doorknob. I
name's
put the old
Weaver.
doorknob back.
Just like chucked a keychain at me, and I was like,
I leave thoroughly perplexed.
because it was a really nice, like, thick leather keychain.
When are we going to Nebraska?
It's late August, early spring, or September. Sorry.
I spend the next 12 hours of the day examining that podium.
Jesus.
He really wants to figure it out. Okay. So you're practicing, you're essentially practicing because you're expanding your knowledge.
How many whittled wagon? Wait, no, that's why I was also going to look for a book after I finished my last dragon.
So go ahead and do a
Arcana?
it's investigation because you're looking for something.
Oh, I was going to finish the first dragon, or the second dragon first.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead and do that.
15, I think. 14. Sorry, I can't math real good.
So you need to go into town to find a magical private eye to find...
As you're doing it over the
Yeah.
period of an hour, you are able to finish it. It's not as nice looking as your first one, but it is complete. Now, it did took at least an hour. But
Can I use my dexterity to find out how fast I crafted it?
I'll say, imagine after building the first one, you can build the second one decently better.
Well, I am building it slightly different because it's going to be a black dragon instead of a red dragon.
So currently you have a red one and now a black one?
Yep.
Okay.
How big are they?
Huh?
How big are they?
They're little. They're just little toys.
Okay.
They fit in the palm of the hand.
Yeah.
They can walk around, make little noise, and flap the
I'm so
wings.
excited. Like, I want to sell them, but at the same time, I'm like, really attached to them. I don't want to sell them. Because I want to have like a little collection. I'm going to be a toy collector. I'm a really weird orc.
Maker and collector.
I'm a weird orc.
Alright,
I'm so weird.
while Skull's did you want to go look for the book?
Yes,
now?
I wanted to look for the book.
Then in investigation to see if you can find something in that library.
9.
Well, you don't really find like a detailed book about dragon or anything, but you do find an old book of fairy tales.
I can do that for now. Just gonna research certain monster body types and whatnot.
Okay. You wanted to basically spend the rest of your day examining the podium.
Pardon me.
Do I
I'm
reckon?
sorry. Time out. Trying to get some ice here.
Cutting
Sorry,
this
I
part out.
don't know why the ice maker's so damn loud. I don't know what happened.
I want to hear how loud the water is.
I was gonna wait for you to start talking, then I was gonna hope it was gonna be very loud.